Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's good old Peter here, South Jersey Pete. I wanted to talk to you guys about some Sencut knives. You all know I don't fall into that budget, chasing all these budget knives, and there's so many budget knives out there, it'll make your head spin. So I came up with a plan for myself because, like I said, it's very easy to fall into these budget brands because they're making them so nice nowadays. You don't know which ones to go for. They're making them with the pretty scales, the micarta, the bearings, the this, the that. They're throwing the sink at you when it comes to these budget knives for $30, $50, between 30 and 50 or whatever it is. But I just wanted to tell you that I personally won't let myself fall into that category. I only collect, or if I need to look for a budget knife, I'm automatically going to Kubi. Sencut is my next. Sencut right now is my favorite. Sencut's my favorite. And Civivi was my number one, and I got a bunch of Civivis in there because Civivi was my number one. But Sencut just took it over. Something about Sencut, and that was it. I switched over. They're cheaper, and they're basically, the build quality of them is almost exactly the same, guys. The quality, the fit and finish, the action, everything is almost the same. And you're saving yourself a couple bucks. So why not go Civivi? You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, why not go Sencut line? But I found these pieces and I was just blown away. These are called the Sencut episodes. The Sencut episodes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot to be said about these three variants that I'm going to show you right now. I'm telling you right now, they're a head above. They're just one little notch above all the rest of the budgets. You guys can take my word for it, or if not, I don't care, so be it. But I just want to give you guys a look at what you're going to get for $44. Okay, let's start with the blade. We'll start right up here with the blade. First off, right alone, you're going to get this beautiful stone washing blade, if that matters to you, which to me, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I want the performance on the blade. I want to see how this blade is going to perform. But if you're that kind of guy and you're looking for aesthetics and all that other stuff, they give you a beautiful, on this particular knife, this episode, they give you a beautiful stone wash blade. You're not going to beat the stone washing on this blade. They give you a beautiful cut swedge up top here. It's just really attractive. Really good looking. We're going to get to the best part. The steel is 9CR13 MOV, which you cannot beat for a budget blade. You're not going to wear it out over one day. I hear these people saying, I got to sharpen my blade 3 times a day. Now, I'm not boasting fun at anybody, but I'm saying, guys, if you got to sharpen your knives 3 times a day, you better switch off to a straight up razor blade. That's all I'm saying. Period. End of story. Just why would you want to cut with your knife, if you're sharpening it 3 times a day, why wouldn't you just use a disposable razor blade? If you're doing that much cutting. If you're doing that much cutting, it's simple, pimple, man. This is what I want to talk about, and this is the selling point out of this whole entire knife. Follow me on this now. There's nothing that sells this knife more than, of course, the looks. It's just, well, look at this thing. This thing is just knockout. I mean, this thing is hot. But if I had to pick, and I did pick, the one thing that sold me on this particular knife, and that's why you see 2 of them here. Now look at that. Look at how thin that stock is. Okay? That stock is just super, super thin, man. And it just cut. I mean, you want to talk about cotton? I've been using this. I've had all 3 of these for a few weeks now. And we all talk about the cardboard cutting. Let's go cardboard cotton. I cut cardboard. I was cutting cardboard. Well, you can cut cardboard for days. I mean, you won't even know you're going through cardboard with this kind of stock on this knife. Look at the blade. Look how thin. Just look how thin that is. They give you a generous amount of jimping up top there where your thumb is locked in. They lock your thumb in, and it's aggressive enough to where when you take a purchase on it and you grip it, you're gripped in there. Okay? You're easily getting 4 fingers on the blade. Look, 4 fingers on the handle. You're choked up, thumb up here, you're in. 9CR13 MOV. Like I said, if you're going to wear 9CR13 MOV out 3 times in one day, well, you better just put this down and pick up your utility cutting blade. That's all. It's as simple. It's as simple as that if you're doing that much cutting. Okay? If you're wearing this blade out 3 times, pick up a utility blade and be done with it, ladies and gentlemen, because this is not the right blade for you. The cutting on this, now I'm going to do a sharpening. I've already touched this up on my strap, and it takes just, I wanted to see how it reacted. I wanted to see what 9CR13 MOV did with taking it to the strap, because these knives automatically come sharp as the buttons. Okay, you don't need to necessarily take this to the stone. The only thing you do need to do is just strap it. Sometimes you got to knock them burrs off, a few of them boogers. You knock a couple of them boogers off, you put a nice clean edge on it, and that's what you do. And that's what I did. And it is just as sharp as it, guys, this blade is just screaming for love. This blade is sharp, guys. It is sharp, okay? And I've only stropped it. And I didn't even take time stropping it. I just swiped it a couple of times. I didn't take my time with it. Now, I'm in the market for picking up a new, I've wanted it for the longest time. I've wanted a new DMT stone. But it's pricey. So that's the reason why I didn't pick it up yet. But I want the fine, ultra fine. So you're going to get fine on one side, ultra fine on the other. And it has the hard coat finish the new technology hard coat finish. It comes with the base, the stand for the sharpening. Your stone sits in the base. It's a nice piece, and it's forever. And they say it's no dishing, so you could use it 1,001 times. And you will not get no dishing, bearing out, beveling. You won't get any of that. No dishing. I've got my eye on a certain piece. It's a DMT stone. It'll work just fine for me. You don't have to soak them in water. I was thinking about getting 1 or 2 of them, but you get up into the money with them. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm going to try that fine, ultra fine DMT stone, and I think that will do me. All you got to do is splash a little bit of water on it, and you're in action. But they give you a few variants on this. This is a G10. You can get them in my card. This one's in my Carta. I mean, they're absolutely, just awesome. Just the blade stock again. You know, look how thin that blade stock is. You can also throw this into a tactical roll easily. A defensive, you can use this in a defensive way easily. This knife, guys, if you can't use this in a tactical way or a defense, use this as a defense knife, there's something wrong with you. This is as defense, as you can get. If you need to be, God forbid, if you are pulled into that situation, the point right here is so pointy. I mean, you could barely touch it. That's how pointy it is. I don't need to say any more about the blade shape as far as throwing that in a defensive roll. I mean, come on. Just great piece, guys. I mean, it's my favorite. This right now, until I find something, and I'm sure it'll come along. But right now, this is the budget blade as of right now. $44. This is my top budget blade. And can you guys do me a favor? Now that I mentioned that, I'd appreciate it. If you can give me or find me in the comments a better budget blade than this right here, this Sencut episode, drop it in the comments. I'd really like to read them. I'd really like to see what you guys think is better than these for the money. You know what I mean? I'm very curious on the $44. What you guys would think or what you guys would pick that is better than this. That's what I'm wondering. All right, guys. I guess that's about it for this one. I just wanted to give you guys a look at these in case you are looking for a budget knife. Look into the Sencut episode. You're going to spend $44. The action on these things are just, phenomenal. Snappiness is just, I beg you to find a knife that's more snappy than this. I'm telling you. I promise you guys. I'm not lying. It gets out there in a hurry. On bearings. It's just beautiful. The action is just superb. The action is absolutely superb. You're not going to get better action. You're not. For a $44 knife, you're not going to get better action, guys. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go on that. Be good, be well, be safe. Please drop me a comment. If not, I guess we'll see you on the next one. And you guys be good, be well, be safe. And I'm telling you, pick up a Sencut episode. You will not be disappointed. Thanks, guys.